you want me to take the 124 out for a review. So you want the 124 Spider review, but with great roads, great scenery, and capture the drama and character of the car. Okay. How's that for drama, good roads, good location to showcase the Abarth 124 Spider? Guys, welcome to Stef AB TV, and if you haven't seen the videos before, you'll know that Abarth have been very kind and they've lent me an Abarth 124 Spider for the month. So I thought it'd be a great idea to come out to the Brecon Beacons, to the Black Mountain Pass, to have a little look and see what this thing can do, but also just to capture some absolutely amazing scenery. This place is ridiculous. Now, the 124 Spider I'm currently in right now is currently sitting at on the road price for around about £29,600. Now, it's important to note that this one comes with all the bells and whistles. It's got the sat nav, it's got the Bose sound system, and it's also got the visibility pack, which effectively means that when you're turning the steering wheel and the lights are on, it effectively kind of moves with you. Having things like speakers in the seats is quite a luxury thing to have, and Abarth have gone really, really well by doing that in this car. You can also get a less spec'd version of this car, which is the Abarth 124 Spider Scorpione, and that one's valued at $26,900. So the choice is yours. If you want all the bells and whistles, go for that one. If you want one that's less spec but still want the fun of having a 1.4 turbo, 170 horsepower, rear wheel drive with an LSD, which means it creates a whole load of tail happy fun, both of them will give you that. Right, so handling on this thing. I mean, coming to somewhere like the Brecon Beacons, where you really get a chance to see what this thing is like around the corners, it's definitely very, very good. This car handles like it's on rails. They've done the balancing really well. The Bilstein coilovers that come on this car are, or the Bilstein setup, really, really, really good. The comfort factor on this car alone, and that's something that's quite important as well, I think, for those who are thinking about buying one of these. The comfort factor on this car is pretty much spot on. It is really, really spot on. What you get from this car is your seating position is so low to the ground, you almost feel like your bum is sliding across the floor. So yeah, the handling on this car definitely ticks the box for me. Now, what about the performance? The performance specifically about this car. So obviously the car's got 170 horsepower. It's running the same 1.4 engine, although it's a multi-air, so it's not a T-Jet. There's things that you'll see with the 595. This is a multi-air engine. 170 horsepower on paper doesn't sound like a lot when you really think about it, but in actual fact, it's all you need on this car. You've also got now companies who are really starting to unlock tunability of the multi-air, which means you could really start to have bags of fun with this car. And then we talk about sound. Sound is always majorly important when it comes to cars. It defines their character, it defines the emotion they bring to everything what we do when we film, we drive. So, of course, the Abarth 124 Spider comes with a record monitor exhaust. Of course, I am now stationary because I'm going to show you what that sound is like. So, without further ado, let's do this. Hear that screaming away. That's the great thing with the Abarth cars, obviously, or any turbo cars, is the scream. And the Monza's pretty much a straight through pipe. It has the valve in the middle of the exhaust, which when you're under low acceleration, low revs, it works on pressure. Obviously the valve will be shut, but then when you really plant the throttle, it opens up and it just sounds incredible. Oh, I love these turns. Again, the balance on this car. Oh. The back of this car likes to snap out at you every now and again. It's a very, very forgiving car. The traction control really does kick right in if the rear of the car starts to feel light. It's overall, I'm impressed. I really am. Okay, I've had a bit of fun. I think we should calm it down a bit, pull up, and I'm going to show you the interior one more time. I'll show you guys the interior and talk you through some of the stuff you'd expect to get if you were to buy this specific specification 124 Spider. So guys, we're now going to take a quick look at the interior of the Abarth 124 Spider. The first thing that really gets me, and it's one thing that I really love, and it's a lovely touch, is the Ferrari inspired center rev dials. They look really good. Other things like subtle things such as the Alcantara dash really makes the car feel relatively elegant, if I must say. And I think this kind of car, they've really taken attention into the little things, like the aluminium knobs here I think are really well positioned. The fact that we've got the heated seats, the suede here in the center section. I talked earlier on about the Bose sound system that comes within, plus the visibility pack. But you've got the speakers as well here in the headrest, which makes for really good touch, especially when you've got the roof down. That's roof down. How quick is that? And literally roof up, it's one little latch, up we go, and we're done. It's that easy. So no longer do you have those issues. You're lowering the roof and it starts raining and you think, oh no, I need to pull over to do it. You can literally just hover this thing right up. Happy days. So we've talked about the interior, we've talked about the performance, we've talked about the price. In summary, what do I think of the Abarth 124 Spider? Well, I've been driving it now for about 2 weeks, and in those 2 weeks, I've put a reasonable amount of mileage on it, and I've really enjoyed driving it. There are a couple of things that I dislike about the car. So this rear view mirror right here, I think it's quite tacky. I'm not going to lie. I think this is the one thing that's been really skimped on. When I'm driving the car and I'm looking in the rear view mirror, I can't actually I don't know what's behind me because it's just vibrating constantly, which I think is slightly disappointing when you've gone and spent all the time in making things look so good and feel so good. Something like a rear view mirror, which it's pants, basically, the rear view mirror. To lower the windows down, sometimes I feel like I'm like doing this with my hand because my hand seems to keep touching on this handle here. One last thing, and we've really noticed that when we were driving down here, is storage. So the boot is really good, as you probably, we fit all of our stuff here in the boot. You've got this little compartment here, which you can hold a few bits and bobs in it. You don't have any side door cards, you don't have any glove boxes, so, well, you've got this one really, but there's not that much that can be stored in here. But then at the same time, this is a roadster. You don't really buy this kind of car for masses of space. It's 2 seats as well, so you're not going to get your kids or anything in here. You'll buy this car to have fun in. And believe me, the 124 Spider, I guarantee you, is a fun car to drive. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, guys, please make sure to like, share and subscribe. And of course, I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.